Good morning everyone, welcome back to accountancy classes of Sri Mahavir International School. So let's start the next topic of chapter 3rd. Next one we are going to discuss about accounting treatment of goodwill. Accounting treatment of goodwill when there is change in profit sharing ratio of existing partners. Yes, what is this topic? Just first try to understand this, that in this we will discuss about goodwill valuation, that goodwill will be given, so how we will treat the goodwill. Like as I told you that when there is change in profit sharing ratio, old ratio will be given, new ratio will be given. So in this old to new proportion, some partner will sacrifice their share and the remaining partner will gain from that share. Okay, it happens that sacrifice or gain both may be in this case. So goodwill also will be distributed like this way, like some gaining partner will sacrifice goodwill for the sacrificing partner. How? Just we will discuss in a question, that easily it will clear your concept. Okay, but first of all, in this type of questions we have to find sacrifice ratio or gain ratio. According to that we will distribute the goodwill. Okay, so I am going to solve here question number 23. A, B and C were partners sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 7:3:2. From 1st April 2015, they decided to share profits and losses in the ratio of 8:4:3. Means first of all write down, here I am just leaving the space for journal entry, because in this the main part of the question that we have to pass journal entry. Only one single entry we have to pass in this. Rest of the work will be in working note. Yes, so old ratio and new ratio are given. So write down first A, B and C, three partners, their old ratio is 7:3:2 and new ratio is 8:4:3. Okay, according to this, first of all find out sacrifice or gain ratio. Later we will study the next question. So as I told you, the formula, that is old ratio minus new ratio for all these three partners. Write down the old ratio first, 7/12, 3/12 and 2/12 minus 8/15, 4/15 and 3/15. 60 we can take as LCM, that is 35 minus 32. 3/60, this is sacrifice. For the second partner it is 1/60, this is gain. And for the third partner it is 2/60, this is also gain. Gain or sacrifice easily you can find. 35 part he was gaining first, but now he is getting only 32. It means he has to sacrifice 3. Here it was 15, but now he is getting 16. It means 1 gain. 10 he was getting at first, but now he is getting 12. It means 2 gain. So this is sacrifice or gain ratio according to first step. Okay. Later on, that is goodwill is to be valued at the average of 3 years profits preceding the date of change in profit sharing ratio. The profits for the year ending 31st March 12, 13, 14 and 15. We have given 4 years profits, but we have to find goodwill only of 3 years profits. Second one, we will write calculation of goodwill. Goodwill equals to average profits. It is said in the question that goodwill is to be valued of 3 years average profit, only 3 years average profit. We don't have to multiply it by any number of years purchase because that is not given in the question. So it will be calculated only of 3 years average profit. So write down the average profits equals to, this is the important thing in this, that you have given 4 years profits, but you have to calculate only 3 years profit. How? Just preceding the date of change in profit sharing ratio. The date of change in profit sharing ratio in the question is 1st April 2015. So just before this date you have to take 3 years. So you can say 2013, 14 and 15. These will be the 3 years. 48,000, 60,000 and 90,000. Yes, so these 3 years profit are 48,000, 60,000 and 90,000. 48,000 plus 60,000 plus 90,000 divided by 3. It means 1,98,000 divided by 3, 66,000. 66,000 is the amount of average profit, and the same 66,000 will be your goodwill. This is your first step, that in goodwill we have find this of firm. This is not partner's goodwill, this is firm's goodwill. Now in this total goodwill we will find the share of partners, like which partner has to sacrifice or which partner has gain. Okay, so 66,000 will be multiplied by 3 upon 60, 1 upon 60 and 2 upon 60. According to this we have to pass the journal entry. Okay. So one partner has to sacrifice his share and the remaining 2 partner will gain from this changing. So according to rule of journal entries, that debit the receiver and credit the giver. So B and C, they are receiving, means they are gaining. So we will write B's capital account debit, C's capital account debit to A's capital. 66,000 is the total goodwill of firm. B's share is 1 upon 60. Then 66,000 multiplied by 2 upon 60. And for third one, 66,000 multiplied by 3 upon 60. So the calculation will be 1100, 2200 and 3300. This is the goodwill treatment in the condition of changing profit sharing ratio. Again just check that here according to new profit sharing ratio, B and C are the partners who will gain and A has to sacrifice. Okay. But in goodwill treatment we are writing B's capital account debit, C's capital account debit. That is according to rule of journal entry, they debit the receiver. Gaining means they are receiver, so debit the receiver and credit the giver. Okay. But in goodwill, like we are writing debit the receiver and credit the giver. So in goodwill what they have to do, A's capital account is credit. Credit means his capital account is increasing, and B and C, they are debit here, it means their capital account is decreasing. So you can say that gaining partner has to give the amount of goodwill or sacrificing partner will get the amount of goodwill. This is the treatment of goodwill in this condition. Clear? So it was the treatment. Now let's discuss the next point. Question number 21 and 22 are also same as it is. So you can solve it by yourself. Next one we are going to discuss about some reserves topic. As I told you in the starting of the chapter that in this we will discuss 5 points total. 5 points, that first was sacrificing ratio or gain ratio that we have discussed. Second one, that was valuation of goodwill. 3 methods we have studied in valuation of goodwill. And third one, it was accounting treatment of goodwill. Now fourth point we are going to discuss about accounting treatment of reserves and accumulated profits. Accounting treatment of reserves and accumulated profits. The condition is same, that when there is change in profit sharing ratio of existing partners, so how we will treat reserves and accumulated profits. Okay. So simply what you have to do, this reserves and accumulated profits, like you see whenever there is balance sheet in the question, so general reserve is there, profit and loss account is there, or maybe some other type of reserves also, okay. And in debit side there may be loss, like P&L account debit balance, so that is loss, okay. So we have to distribute these old reserves in their old ratio. In this point there will be no role of new ratio, just we have to distribute all the reserves between the old partners in their old profit sharing ratio, okay. In this we will discuss 2 points. Just see first, in this we will discuss 2 points. First one, that is partners want to distribute the reserves, and second one, that is partners do not want to distribute the reserves, okay. So first we will discuss that partners want to distribute the reserves. So just simple, we have to pass the entry that we will distribute it among the old partners. How? Suppose that if there is general reserve in the question, okay, general reserve that is credited, we write it in the liability side, is credited. So whenever we will distribute it, so it will be debited. Means all the credit reserves that will be debited in the journal entry, and all the debit losses of the balance sheet that will be credited in the journal entry. Okay, let's start one question for clearing this. Question number 24. A and B are partners in a firm sharing profits in the ratio of 3:2. They decided to share profits in the ratio of 3:4 with effect from 1st April 2016. Old ratio is given, new ratio is given. On the data, there was a credit balance of 70,000 in their profit and loss account. Credit balance of profit and loss account means this is profit. Pass the necessary journal entry assuming that partners decide to distribute the profit. As I told you that this is first point, that partners decide to distribute the profits. So what will be the journal entry of this? Make the format first. Yes, you have given profit and loss account credit balance. Credit balance means that is credited there. So here we will write it in debit. That is profit and loss account debit to old partners. Old partners are A and B. So to A's capital account, to B's capital account. Profit is of rupees 70,000. This 70,000 will be distributed in 3:2. 70,000 multiplied by 3/5 and multiplied by 2/5. So for first partner it will be 42,000 and for second partner it will be 28,000. This is the normal and very easy question, that what you have to do, just simply whatever the profit is, that is profit and loss account, general reserve, whatever is the profit, we will distribute it in the condition when partners decide to distribute the profits, okay. Suppose that if in the same question there is loss, like here it was profit and loss account credit balance. Suppose that if there was profit and loss account debit balance, then you have to here credit. Means in that condition we will write like this way: A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit to profit and loss account. This is the condition if there is loss, because losses are debited in the balance sheet, we write in the asset side, okay, and here we will credit here all the losses. So just entry will be opposite in the case of losses, but when profits are there, then we will pass this entry. Amount distribution will be same, that is the old ratio, okay. This is for simple reserves like general reserve, profit and loss account, all these. Let's start the next one, reserve. Next we are going to discuss about one reserve, that is workman compensation reserve. Means this reserve is created out of profits for compensating workmen, means for employees only. Workman compensation reserve. is the name is denoting here that this reserve is created for compensating the workmen, means for employees only, and this is cannot be used for any other purpose. So in this type of questions we have some conditions. Let's start, or let's study that condition first. You can open page number 3.25 in your book. This reserve is created out of firm's profit to pay compensation to employees. At the time of change in profit sharing ratio, it is treated as follows. The first condition in this, that is if there is no claim against workmen compensation reserve, means you have created this reserve for future claims. So if there is no claim in the question, if there is no claim for workmen compensation reserve, then whole amount of reserve will be distributed among the partners. So entry will be workmen compensation reserve account debit to partners capital account. As you know that this is also a part of reserve, so reserves will be debited because in the balance sheet reserves are credited. So for closing this account, we will debit this reserves account and to old partners capital account in their old profit sharing ratio. Okay. Second condition, if the claim for workman compensation is lower than the amount of workman compensation reserve. How? Suppose that you have created a reserve of rupees 70,000, okay, and during the year employees claimed in workman compensation for 50,000. Means you have reserve of 70,000 but employees claim is only of rupees 50,000. Then how will you treat this? Out of 70,000, first you will set that 50,000 and the remaining 20,000 will be distributed among the partners. So what will be the journal entry? The same point, first workman compensation reserve account debit to claim, we will write for claim, that is to provision for workman compensation claim account, and later on we will write to old partners capital account. As you can check in second entry in your book, workman compensation reserve account debit to provision for workman compensation claim and to partners capital account. Okay. Third entry, that is if the claim is equal to workman compensation reserve. Suppose that you have created a reserve of rupees 70,000 and the same the amount of claim, employees claim also of rupees 70,000, then nothing to distribute among the partners, just full amount of reserve will be adjusted for the claim. Okay, so entry will be workman compensation reserve account debit to provision for workman compensation claim. Let's start the next point. Fourth condition, that is if claim is more than the amount of workman compensation reserve. Suppose that you have created a reserve of 70,000 but your claim is of rupees 80,000. It means your firm got a loss of rupees 10,000. Means 70,000 you will adjust from your claim. But what about the rest 10,000? That is the loss of the firm, and that loss will be bear by the partners. You know that partners will bear. If there is any profit, so they will get. If there is loss, so also they have to get. Okay, so the loss of rupees 10,000 will be distributed among the partners. But in this condition, when new account will be opened, that is revaluation account. If there is loss, so new account will be opened, that is revaluation account. According to this, we will pass the journal entry. Okay, let's start the question. Question I am going to take question number 26. A and B sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:3 decide to share future profits and losses equally with effect from 1st April 2016. An extract of their balance sheet as at 31st March is as follows. Extract of balance sheet means this is not a full balance sheet. You have given only workman compensation reserve 40,000 rupees in the balance sheet. Show the accounting treatment under the following alternative cases. Case 1, if there is no other information. Suppose that if you don't have any other information, according to first, as I studied now about the 4 points, the same 4 points are given in this question. So let's start with the first point. If there is no other information, in this condition you will pass the journal entry workman compensation reserve account debit to two old partners. What are the names of partner? A and B. So to A's capital account and to B's capital account. The amount of workman compensation is 40,000 and the ratio is 2:3. 40,000. So 40,000 multiplied by 2/5 and multiplied by 3/5. So for first partner it is 16,000 and for second partner it is 24,000. Okay, this is according to first condition, that if there is no other information then whole amount of reserve will be distributed among the partners. Second condition, if a claim on account of workman compensation is estimated of rupees 25,000, if the claim of workman compensation is estimated of rupees 25,000. Actually your reserve is of rupees 40,000 but you estimated the claim of rupees 25,000. Then in this we will pass journal entry workman compensation reserve account debit, that is 40,000, to provision for workman compensation claim. That is 25,000. So out of 40,000 you have adjusted 25,000 for claim. So remaining 15,000 rupees will be distributed among partners. So to A's capital account, to B's capital account. So rest 15,000 will be distributed sorry, in their old ratio, that is 2/5 and 3/5. 6,000 and 9,000. This is the second one. Third point, if a claim on account of workman compensation is estimated of rupees 40,000, if the claim of workman compensation is estimated of rupees 40,000, then in this condition what we will do, you have created a reserve also of rupees 40,000 and the same 40,000 rupees you have claimed. So nothing to distribute it among the partners, just we will write workman compensation reserve account debit 40,000 to provision for workman compensation claim account, that is also rupees 40,000. Condition fourth, if a claim on account of workman compensation is estimated as rupees 50,000, if the claim of workman compensation is estimated of rupees 50,000. So what will be there in this condition? In this, first of all, we will pass entry for losses, like write down workman compensation reserve account debit, that is rupees 40,000, but you got a claim of rupees 50,000, provision for workman compensation claim. That is of rupees 50,000. Means you can say that 40,000 was the reserve only, but you got a claim of 50,000, it means firm got a loss of rupees 10,000. So that 10,000 rupees will be returned in the account of revaluation. Revaluation account debit 10,000. Revaluation account is a kind of nominal account. As you know that all the nominal accounts means like expenses, and in that all the losses will be debited, all the profits will be credited. So in the same way, revaluation account, here is loss of 10,000, so losses are debited. So the same way, revaluation account is debited of rupees 10,000, and now this revaluation account will be closed by distributing this loss among the partners. So you will write here to revaluation account 10,000 and will be distributed among the partners, that is A's capital account debit, B's capital account debit. In their old profit sharing ratio, old ratio is 2:3. So 10,000 multiplied by 2/5 and multiplied by 3/5. So you can write here 4,000 and here 6,000. This is the distribution of loss according to fourth condition. So this was workman compensation reserve. I think this is not typical for you. Just try to understand the concept behind this reserve. In this 4 conditions will be there, as I told you in the simple reserves like general reserve, P&L account, that is also distributed among the partner. So in this also it will be distributed among the partner if there is no claim. But if you have claim in the question, so first of all you will adjust that claim and later on we will distribute the rest amount among the partners. Clear? Okay, so next one reserve, that will be your investment fluctuation reserve. This reserve we will discuss in our next video. Okay guys, till then you should solve these all questions and study at your homes. Thank you so much.